video, I want to talk you about the secret teaching of sex, or at least an introduction to it. The first important thing to notice is that sex and sexuality is not something that you can see or that you can do or that you can give and take, etc. Every cell of your body is from two sexual cells, of your mother and your father. And so if you look at your body, every single cell is sexual, and sexual energy is everywhere. This is the first important thing. Not only to overcome the cultural and beliefs, the obstacles of this kind of limitation, etc. But so, for example, sex is dirty, and sex is wrong, etc. So you can easily overcome all of this because every cell of your body is sexual, and not only the genitals. Okay, so you can make peace with yourself and with your religions, etc. There cannot be something like original sin, etc., etc., or at least not about sex, because every cell of your body is sexual. This is the first thing. But this is very important also to notice that usually, and this is a very practical aspect, usually, very, very often, people make sex. So, have sex. So, in some way, if you can make something, if you can have something, it will be always something that is a part of you, is separated. For example, I have my new car. Okay, very beautiful, but it is separated from me. And so if I have sex with someone, it remains something separated. And in fact, the usual sexuality is the so-called genital sex. It is a very common experience, and for many people, it is the only knowledge of sexuality, the genital sex. What do I mean? I mean the sex with pleasure, but a pleasure that reach some point of intensity, and then it stops, usually because it has to go out. In fact, usually it ends with ejaculation. This is genital sex. There is also a first kind. This is the second one. The first kind is a sort of radical sex that is only for reproduction purposes. Okay, but the second kind is genital sex. It is the sex that generates, yes, a pleasure, yes, the intensity of boom, boom, boom. Okay, this is to understand. But boom, boom, boom has a great limit. The limit of the orgasmic experiences. You can never have really an orgasm with genital sex. This is because you are opening the doors of sex and its secrets, but you stay on the threshold of the door. Okay? So you never enter with genital sex. How can you enter? How can we practice all of this? How can we discover more? There is only one secret to really enter in the sacred sex. There are not many secrets, many teaching. No, only one is the key. It is called totality. It may appear something maybe too easy, but it is not. So you can try practicing, for example, by yourself or with a little bit of exercise, also with a partner. When you start your arousing, when you start your meeting with the other, you start to play, and the play begins with the eye. So you look at your partner and everything starts. So stay completely total is equal to stay completely free. And of course, usually we are very afraid of this kind of experience because you don't know where it will lead you. And it is true, it is a real adventure. But if you can stay completely total in every cell of your body, and you start the arousing with your partner, with your lover, you you can never have something like sex and not love. Sex is always linked with love. And because the existence itself is linked with love. But we will talk in another video about love deeply. However, when the meeting has happened, you can try to touch softly the other. If this doesn't generate a very strong thrill, shiver, a very strong feeling, you are not in touch with the totality of yourself. You are already fallen into do something. But sex is never about do something. It's to participate together to something. Okay? So the first minimal touch create feeling and sensation. If you receive the touch, for example, in your hand, you can sense it in all your body. If you receive the touch in your chest, you feel the dancing, the dance and the sing and the perception in all your body. Do you understand? For the male and for the woman, it's the same. To participate completely to the experience is to go out from the experience. You are no more in the middle of the experience. You let the experience go deeper and deeper, and the intensity will grow. And then you will be led to the right steps. To the right steps to go on. But the great difference in such a beginning, that, pay attention please, it can happen also with a very more stronger way. Okay, it's not all about soft and slow, etc, slow, etc, etc. Also, if the woman, if you don't let her the right time, and women are very slow because they have their times, not your times. So if the man doesn't let to the woman the right time to start the communion, the right time, okay, as usually happens, yes, it's a beautiful boom boom boom, but the gates are closed, because when the man starts, the woman doesn't start. And to start the orgasmic experience is not to have an orgasm. It's completely different. Because when you have an orgasm, and there are different kind of it, but if you have an orgasm, it means that you let it go out of you. So actually, it is the end of the orgasmic experience, not the beginning. When you have an orgasm, and you can even count the orgasms, actually, this is the end of an experience that could begin. In fact, if you start in this way, and I repeat, you can go slowly, etc., but you can also sometimes go very strong, very adventurous way, etc. You are both you are together, so you can choose your times, your adventures, your ways. It is, of course, but you should remain total, completely total. So when it happens, for example, the act of penetration, okay, this is not an act of the genital member or of the genital center. When you start the penetration, is only a consequence. It's only a consequence of the experience that has already so high and so vibrant. Never start with penetration. Okay, I have started. No, this is only a evolution of the experience. In fact, if you do things in this way, when you start the penetration, all your being, all your body will start the experience, and you will laugh a lot. It will be very amazing and also very funny. You will laugh a lot together because the energy is completely free. And only in this state, that is a real state of holiness. Only because it's a state of totality is a real state of holiness. Your totality is always holy. Because if you are complete and total, you cannot add anymore. You cannot improve. You cannot be better. You are total. The totality. This is why it is holy. So in this state of ecstasy, of pleasure, that is so total that you are not having pleasure. You are experiencing. You are experience the pleasure, okay? Every cell of your body is participating to the experience. This is the real state in which sex becomes sacred and the gates start to open. And this is a very interesting point because it seems that life itself, with its secrets and its divine nature, will open its hands to you only if you can open yourself to the beauty, the pleasure, the not the to have a funny experience. No, no, to be funny completely and totally. It seems that if you are positive with your energy and with the totality of yourself, it seems that if you are like in a sexual experience with a partner, it seems that life itself, if you stop to live a life or to have a life and you start to experience with the totality the life experience, if you stop to have a life and start to live completely, it actually seems that life itself will reward you. Letting you reach its innermost secrets, letting you pass into the gate of eternity.